right, everyone, welcome to this week's edition of our Thursday training for our referral partner training with LMG Lifestyle Marketing Group. This is Shane Hyman, CEO of Lifestyle Marketing Group, Inc., coming to you live. And we're very excited and happy to be here again for another edition of our Thursday event. All right, so we're just a couple more minutes before the hour, and we'll jump in and we'll get started right at the top of the hour. If you want to go ahead and take this time and send out any last minute reminders, make any last minute phone calls, let your team know that we're getting started here in just another couple minutes right at the top of the hour. So thank you guys so much for being here. And I'm just going to do some technical housekeeping here while we prepare to get started. So thank you all for being here. Okay, thank you guys all for being here. We're just 1 minute away from the top of the hour, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, okay, for our Thursday referral partner training here with Lifestyle Marketing Group. All right, everyone, here we are at the top of the hour. This is Shane Hyman for Lifestyle Marketing Group, and let's go ahead and jump right in. This is the next edition of our referral partner training here on Thursdays. Okay, this is something that we do every Thursday. Okay, and it is technically designed for our referral partners. Okay, a referral partner is someone who has signed up and created a free account with Lifestyle Marketing Group to learn more about who we are and what we're doing. Okay, and after they've learned about us as a company and as a growing community, and they decide that they want to engage further, they have an opportunity to upgrade and become a referral partner. Okay, now we are currently in our pre-launch stage of the company. Okay, which means that we have a founder's opportunity where we're allowing early members who choose to align themselves with our company to become a founder. Okay, and we're very excited, and we encourage everyone to truly capitalize on the time and become a founder, right? As it is a very, very lucrative opportunity, and we go over details about how lucrative the founder's opportunity is in our presentations and in our recorded webinars, which are all accessible from your very own back office account. Okay, at founders.lmg50.com is where you can log in to that account. Okay, or you can go to lmg50.com and click the login button, which will take you to that sign-in page where you can log in using your email address and your password, and you're able to get to this back office that we have here, which is our pre-launch back office. Okay, and this is used, for us to get started during our pre-launch period and we'll be moving the entire operation over to our launch back office just before we undergo our soft launch on June 1st, okay, coming up here in 31 days. Okay, so you'll see on the dashboard of our pre-launch system, we have a count of the total number of founders, as well as a countdown clock until our June 1st soft launch. So the anticipations are rising. The excitement is definitely rising. We've set goals. We've hit our goals. And we're going to continue that practice of setting goals and hitting our goals individually and as a company. Okay, so we're currently at 422 founders, as you guys can see to date, and we have a goal as far as our soft launch. Okay, where we'll be starting with minimally 1,050 total subscribers. Okay, that means that we already accomplished our goal of 50 senior founders, and we're only going to accept and allow 1,000 additional founders, totaling 1,050 founders. Okay, now it's my opinion and opinion of a lot of our leaders here that we will blow past that number, and and that would be great as well. So once we have all of our 1,000 founders in place, then free members who are in our system will still have an opportunity to upgrade and become a referral partner and lock in their spot in the 5x5 matrix. But they will have missed out on the opportunity to become a founder. Okay, so we're going to keep the operation going all the way up until we kick off the soft launch on June 1st, which means we'll launch our first campaign, okay, for that month, and we'll have equal distribution at the end of the month, and we'll have payouts for commissions the next month for all of the activity that happened in the month of June. Okay, so these are very exciting times, and we are very excited and happy that you would be here. Okay, now let's say you're on the line right now and you're like, okay, what is Shane talking about? What is he talking about? Okay, you may be brand new, okay, on this line or watching this as a recording, or you may just still be a free member. Okay, now these are just some of the benefits of being involved at the early stage. You have an opportunity to participate in our more in-depth referral partner training, even if you haven't, upgraded and became a founder and a referral partner. Okay, so definitely reach out and thank the person who invited you to this opportunity, and again invited you to participate in our training event too. Okay, so we really appreciate all the leadership out there. All right, now I want to talk about if you're brand new, what you need to undergo, okay, to get involved here. All right, you need to get back to the person who invited you and get their link so that way you can create your free account. Now, once you create your free account, you're going to go through a mandatory account setup process. Now, this mandatory account setup is a 3-step process. Okay, as soon as you create your account, you land in step 1, which is a welcome step. It has a short welcome video that explains to you how the site works. Okay, and from there you watch that video and you click next. So the system will require you to watch the video before you can click the next button. You click next, and then you go to step 2, where there's a profile form where you can enter the rest of your information, including your address and choosing a username. Okay, once you save that profile form and I've watched the video, then you'll be able to click the next button and go to step 3, which is just a very short and simple orientation video. Gives you an overview and tour of the site, the back office account that you have there, and shows you how it works. Okay, what's on the free side, what's on the upgraded side when you pay, so on and so forth. So after you've watched that short video, you can click the launch dashboard button and your account setup will be complete, and you'll have access to the account on the free side, and you will not have access on the Founders Club side until you pay to upgrade. So currently right now, we still have the Founders opportunity available where you can pay and upgrade, and you'll unlock all those features, and you'll be able to start building your team, your network early before we even launch. Okay, the more momentum that you can get going as far as growth in your referral network before we launch, the better. That just means the better you do, the more growth you'll have and the more income you can potentially create through the model. So again, we encourage everyone, if you're on this line right now and you haven't done so yet, definitely create your free account. You'll have access to all of our details back there once you do so. Okay. And, you have access to all the details here on the left side under pre-launch account, including our presentation library. Okay. There's recordings of the various components of our model. All right. As well as all of our recorded webinars, including the one that you're on now. If you're, watching this live, once we're done, this will be loaded there. I also want to encourage you guys, check out our most recent webinar, which was our Why Wednesday webinar. This was the first one we did yesterday. And if you didn't have a chance to get on it live, definitely log into your back office, take a look at that. It's a very special event where we come together as a company and as a community, and we share our passions, our purpose in life, and what our why is. Why is a development, process for us to understand who we are and what drives us. And doing that will definitely help us individually and as a company achieve the success that we're setting out for, because we have some very large goals, and you guys will see that. You may have already seen that. Okay. And we will accomplish these goals by undergoing this type of personal development and this type of enhancing, community feature. Okay. So definitely log in there and check out our replay of our first edition of our Why Wednesday webinar series. Okay. So we have all our recorded webinars back here, and we also have some mindset training as well. Okay. That we encourage everyone to, engage in. Okay. Listen to motivational and inspirational materials on a daily basis. It's so good for the process of attaining success and maintaining the proper mindset and perspective in your daily walk of life. Okay. Now we also have our news and updates section back here, just to keep everybody up to date with what's happening in the company. Be sure to stay tuned into to that. Okay. Every time we make a new announcement or something, we update this news and updates section, as well as our events section. Okay. This has all the details about our 3 weekly events that we have so far. Okay. Where we're doing a Tuesday LMG opportunity presentation. All right. And we like to try to keep that at 30 minutes, just a quick opportunity presentation. This helps for, we don't like to use the word recruiting. This helps for sharing and referring, right? It's a very good tool to, help your referrals understand who we are and take action. Okay. Create their free account and upgrade. Then on Wednesdays, we have our LMGY Wednesday event. Now, that's definitely going to be about an hour, okay, because you'll tell in the recording that it's a very good hour of time spent, us as a community getting to know one another, and us individually getting to know ourself even better through participating in that and sharing openly what our why is, okay? Very good, very good. Okay, and our Thursday referral partner trainings, which are at least an hour. We try not to go over too much, but we do open it up for questions and answers, as we will do today as well. Okay, where we can open it up for questions and answers. So when you're on this event page, you can always scroll through, log down, and log in and scroll down, and you'll see all of the details for each call there, as well as staying plugged into the Facebook groups that we have, where all of the leaders are doing such a great job keeping the teams informed on what we're doing, and reminders about the events and everything too. So just kudos to our leadership, kudos to the field leaders, all of our founders here and our senior founders. You guys are doing an amazing job. And honestly, that's what it takes when a company is at the ground floor, just getting started. You're ironing out kinks, you're fixing things, and you're making progress moving forward. So that field leadership makes all the difference. And I got to say, we have some of the best leaders here in the business. So thank you guys all for what you're doing. Okay. All right. So just want to make sure everybody's getting into the event. I see we had a few more people trying to come in. All right. And we'll move forward. Okay. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to open it up for questions. Okay. And if you guys have any questions, please type them in the chat box or raise your hand, and I'll unmute you so that way we can undergo our question and answer section. I kind of want to jump right into that so I can understand from you all what it is that you want to talk about, okay, and what we can cover during this training session to be most fruitful, okay, of our time and what we're doing here for the group, okay. So if you guys have any questions, please type them in the chat, okay. All right. So I don't see any hands raised just yet, but I do see a question that just popped up. How long do we have to upgrade? Okay, the best way for me to answer that question is by going back to the dashboard and showing you that we have, 400 and what was it? It's going to show up right now. We have 423 founders. I think we went up one since the last time I showed it a minute ago. So we have 423 founders. Okay, you have until we reach 1,049 before you can upgrade and become a founder. So you want to become a founder before we get all 1,050 founders in, because once we do, we're removing the opportunity forever. No one else will be able to become a founder. Okay, now in terms of upgrading in general as a company and how our model works, members have as long as they want to upgrade. Our model is membership based. Everybody gets a free account. Everybody gets a free membership. Okay, they can be free with us as long as they want to until they decide to upgrade. Okay, and part of our initiatives moving forward is to provide as much value as possible in the free account. Okay, so we'll be adding stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we haven't even added yet during this founders pre-launch because we're just focusing on the main thing being the main thing. Okay, establishing a strong group of founders, hopefully most of them who are experienced in network marketing and managing their teams, right? Some who are brand new and willing to see an opportunity will align. We don't want to close that opportunity for them. Okay, but over time, we will continue to add more value to the free side. Okay, because part of our system is to pull people into our environment for free, give them as much value as we can for free, while teaching them of how much more valuable it is to upgrade and encouraging them, okay, to be able to upgrade and get that value. All right, so I hope that answers your question. All right, I see another question in the chat here. All right, I emailed support, but wanted to double check here. Suppose I sign up 5 people pre-launch, which would qualify me for 100K founders cap. However, if 3 people quit in October, then would I lose 100K founders cap? If so, would I be able to recruit a few more and get the 100K founders cap? Yes, that's a great question. Okay, and yes, so the way that works is our system on payday will do a search for all of the founders, and it will see how many active subscribers they have on their first level, and that will determine what their cap is and the bonus. So if you brought your 3 people in by the time we launched, your cap is at $100,000. Okay, let's just figuratively say months down the road or next year sometime, you didn't maintain all 3 paid members. Okay, well, if you drop down to 2 members, then your cap is going to be at 75. If you drop down to 1 paid member, your cap is going to be at 50,000. And if you drop down to no paid subscribers, okay, to the $50 monthly subscription, then your cap will drop to 25,000. But it can climb back up. Okay, so I'd say you went from 3 to 0, and your cap went down to $25,000 a month out of the founders bonus, and then you got a paid subscriber. You got another one who stuck and stayed, right? And then maybe you got a second one. So now you got two. So you'll climb back up. Okay, so it's based on how many paid subscribers you have at the moment when it's time to collect the founder's bonus. Okay, so it'll fluctuate. And why are we doing it this way? We're doing it this way because we're trying to promote duplication. Okay, duplication is really one of the strongest components of this industry and our company and our business. All right, and a lot of our projections, a lot of our goals, a lot of everything that we're striving for is predicated on the simple and realistic growth rate of three. Okay, being able to get three who get three who get three, right? And so on and so forth. And again, our system is revolutionary because it's it's a hybrid model of network marketing and advertising and marketing. So in this case, when we're talking about three who get three, we're talking about attaining those three from both dynamics, from the network marketing side, personal referrals, okay, what you can do by rolling up your sleeve and communicating as a networker, and what you're getting as far as your equal share of results through the advertising and marketing campaign model. Okay, so that's the reason why we set this here as three. And we want to promote this type of activity. We want to promote people building strong subscribers on their first level who are willing to stick and stay for a long term. Okay, because the $50 subscription model is an annual subscription. Okay, you're signing up for a long-term subscription. All right, it doesn't mean that it's a commitment. There's no commitments. It's definitely month to month, so you can drop out anytime you want to. Right, but the logic behind it is we broke it down into $50 a month. Some people can't afford $600 of traffic right up front. There's all kind of options out there in the world right now that people are doing. Some of them are successful at it, some of them are not. They're spending money on click funnels and different website and funnel builder softwares, so that way they can build funnel, right? And after they build a funnel, then now they have to pay for traffic. So now they have a solo ad provider or different traffic providers that they're going to purchase traffic through to send to their funnel, right? So, not everybody has the time or the money to invest to build their own funnel and drive their own traffic to it. Okay. And that's what this solution offers in our community, an opportunity to get some of those same results that you would, and actually better than those results that you would if you had to spend the time and the money to build your own funnel systems and pay for traffic to go through it. I mean, you literally, you could not accomplish this any other way other than having upfront money, time, energy, and expertise to plan and execute this type of marketing. So we've broken it down into a $50 subscription, and we're saying that if you can stay active and current with that $50 subscription over time, you'll win. Okay, we can have a group of winners. If you guys look at the statistic in network marketing, I have to look at the updated data, but the failure rate is like 97%. This is the problem in the industry, and we're looking to help bring solutions for that, right? 97% fail rate, that's massive. And did you know the average recruits or the average directs that a person brings in this MLM industry per year? I mean, if anybody knows that, type that in the chat box. I mean, do you know how many what the average is? How many people recruit? How many persons do the average MLMer recruit? Okay, I believe it's like 1 point something or something like that. I have to look it up, but the point is, it's just very low. It's a very low number, and we're very confident that through our campaign model, we'll be able to basically crushed that record, okay, by exceeding the amount of directs that come into our members' businesses who stay actively subscribed into our model for the full year. Okay, so this is the type of data that we're preparing to execute and show the world. Okay, so that's a very great question that led to multiple answers. So thank you so much for that question. All right, I don't see any hands raised, but I do see a couple more questions. Okay, so bear with me as I read these questions and give you an answer. Yes, okay. Someone is asking about the lease to own program, and that's a good question, Christy. I'll go ahead and go over some of those details about the lease to own program. Okay, which is very exciting, right? So here's the way the lease to own program works. Okay, it's really just a alternative financing option that's built into our own community, okay, our own network, okay. And what it does is it creates an opportunity for our members to purchase items of their dream without the traditional credit requirements and any of the traditional requirements, okay. And you know, I mean, everything from a house, a car, a yacht, you know, and even a plane. So in order to qualify for the lease to own program, you have to have at least 10 annual campaign subscriptions. What does that mean? That means that you have to have 10 people on your level one who are actively subscribed to the campaign model. Okay. So the more subscribers that you get into the program, the faster you can start a lease to own contract. All right. Now, when you've qualified for the lease to own program and you choose what it is that you want, the company will purchase that item and lease it to you. Okay. And your lease to own payment is going to be calculated based on whatever the sales price and any of the government and legal taxes and fees are in your specific country. All right. And when you sign up for the lease to own option, a smart contract will be created to execute the terms of your lease agreement. And then 50% of your income will be applied to your lease payment. Okay. And that 50% holdback starts as soon as you want to get started with a lease to own program and you want to commit to a lease to own contract. All right. And based on how many people you have on your level one will determine what the holdback period is before the purchase is actually made and you take possession of the item. All right. So if you have the minimum requirement of 10 subscribers, then 50% of your income will be held back for 12 months. Now, this 50% of your income that's held back is put in a separate wallet, a wallet that you can see. The money's not going anywhere. Everything is done on the blockchain. It cannot be manipulated. And okay, and those 12 months that your income was held back, those 12 months in particular wallet will be used for your 12 final months of your lease agreement. Okay, so it's almost like you're paying first and last, right? Type of concept. Okay, and if you have 11 to 14 members and subscribers on your first level, you only have to be held back for 9 months. Okay, and if you have 15 or more subscribers on your first level, you only have to have 50% of your income held back for 6 months, and you can actually the company will actually make that purchase, and you take possession and start paying down the lease. Okay, now 50% of the income, that when you first think about it, it may seem drastic, but it's really not when you have your lifestyle built into it and you actually get the house of your dream, the car of your dream, all those things through the program. Okay, and that's why we built our model where if you build it, if you stick and stay and you truly build the infrastructure that a lot of the networkers who are here with us, they've built teams, large teams before in the past, and they can see even by using our calculators, that if they had that size team in this model, they would be generating astronomical income. All right, so that's why this program is designed this way. So that way there's enough money to fund the lease to own contract and still have great income with the other 50%. Now, this 50% rule also is what makes it so feasible and doable with financiers, okay, with big banks. All right, they see that you as a member have generated this type of income over so many months, and you have, you know, a growth rate, and the company itself has a growth rate. It lowers the risk factor, and they see that we're applying 50% of your growing income to pay down the lease. It lowers the risk factor as well. So for example, with a property is a 120-month lease. It's just like a 10-year mortgage. But remember, 50% of your income is applied to the lease. So every month you end up paying more than one lease payment. It could be 1.2, 1.5, 1.6, whatever it is, based on the income that you're generating. You're paying that lease off. You're paying it off faster. So if it's a house, for example, a 120-month lease option could be paid off in 80 or 90 months. I don't know. It just depends on the type of income that you're generating. And the lenders, they see this, and it lessens their risk factor in underwriting. And we're very confident about what we got going on and how we can help change people's lives through this program. Okay, so that explains a little more about the lease to own program. And thank you so much for that amazing question. Oh, before we jump off, just know that we do have our lease to own calculators there as well, which this helps you plan, calculate, and execute, you know, your lifestyle of your dreams through the program. You choose what type of item that you want to price out, and it opens up that calculator. You can enter the price of that item, and it lets you know the amount of monthly income that's needed in order for you to qualify for a lease to own contract, you know, for that type of item at that price. All right. Okay. All right, so I think we had, I see someone's hand is raised, but I want to get to another one of these questions, and then I'll get right to you. Thank you so much for your hand being raised, okay? All right, so how do we refer to others? Well, you have, okay, if you've upgraded, okay, currently right now, if you've upgraded and you've become a founder, then that means you have share links, okay? Share links. Now, these share links are our entry level of campaigns. Okay, there are 3 different, you know, entry level pre-launch campaigns that we have here: introduction 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and this is a very simple funnel system. All right, again, we talked about this funnel system when we first opened up the webinar. It's our founders marketing system, where it has an introduction landing page. It leads to the free account, and in that free account they can upgrade, and they have their own share links, and they can do the same thing. So this is how you share with others. Okay, you upgrade, you have access to your share links, which is your sign up link, and your sign up link is embedded as a call to action in all 3 introduction funnels. Okay, we'll just show you one for example's sake right here. Introduction landing page. This is a funnel. It has a very short video to get folks excited about what's happening, and a call to action button to sign up for a free account, fear of loss countdown timer, and some very light content to let them know what this is about. We're showing them how to plan, calculate, and execute the lifestyle of their dream through our model, so they can create a free account and learn more. Now, once they create that free account to learn more, they're getting their very own back office back here as well. They go through that account setup process. They have access for free to the pre-launch account, and they can upgrade at any time and become a founder. And then they too will have access to the founders club software features, which includes the share links. And you use these share links to refer other people to come into the program, learn more about it, and duplicate and do as you did by upgrading. All right. Okay, we got another question. Could you please explain the word campaign subscription? such that those are not from the online industry could understand. One of my referrers, after listening to the webinar, said she wanted to be in the business, but she does not want to do the campaign, meaning she understood the word campaign different, maybe relation to politics or so. Okay. Yeah, campaign is really just it's a marketing campaign. I mean, this is a word. This is this is terminology that's used even in marketing, not just political arenas. So, campaign. Another word that you could use to describe campaign is marketing plan. Okay, this is a marketing plan or marketing system. Okay, is another way to describe what we mean when we say campaign. Okay, all right. Another question, can those 10 people come from LMG campaigns or they should come directly from us? Well, the way the system is designed is those 10 people should come from both. Okay, if a person decides to be completely passive, which means all they're doing is paying their $50 monthly subscription, that means they have to wait however long it takes to get 10 subscribers placed in their level one through their equal distribution of the results. Okay, it remains to be seen the time frame that could occur, right? But we do have goals. We don't have guarantees, but we have goals, a vision for what we're building towards. Okay, and part of our goal is to come to the point where we go from, I would like to see everyone who subscribed to the campaign to end up with one person on their level one every month. That's a goal. Okay, that doesn't mean we're going to hit that goal right off the bat or anything, but that's something that we're building towards. Okay, and that's why I also talked about the statistic in network marketing, how many recruits a MLMer gets in a year on average, and it's something like around one. So with that being said, we'll make history just by beating that statistic. And I want to do more than beat that statistic. I want to do much better than that. Okay, I want to get to the point where it could be consistent enough, even if it's each subscriber got a direct automatically through the results every other month or every 3 months. That would be history making, and more than well worth the money to be subscribed into the automated system. So to circle back around to the answer, the 10 people can come from both your results from the master campaign that you get an equal share of, and your results of everything that you're doing. Okay, so let's say maybe you brought in 5 and then you got 5 from the campaign. Okay, that's how you got your 10. So if you got both working for you, that's why we're a hybrid model of network marketing combined with traditional advertising and marketing. All right. Okay, let's say, here's another question. If, say, a married couple wanted to buy a house together and they both are in on this, but don't make enough yet on their own, but they do combine, is it possible to work together with them so they can buy together? Yes, that will be possible. And that's a great question. Thank you, Sarah. All right. Is there an age limit? And if so, can a guardian signing section? We don't have that yet. Okay, we got to, really explore that through legal to see if that's something that we want to have or not. But as of right now, we're playing it safe. Okay, you got to be 18, and you're going to have to do the KYC. We got to know who you are, know your client, which means, as we move over to our launch back office, what you see right now on the screen is our pre-launch back office. But as I said, we're going to be moving over to our launch back office prior to our soft launch. And in that launch back office is our KYC system where you can upload your ID and we could verify and validate you. Okay. All right. All right. Does LMG system currently have a built-in autoresponder that will automatically send emails to new prospects that have signed up for a free account? I was also wondering if it's possible we can receive a notification as soon as someone signs up. As of right now, we'll log into our back office to check reports. That is correct. Okay. To answer that question, yes, we do have a current autoresponder that automatically sends out emails to our prospects that have signed up for a free account. But we've been experiencing one challenge after another with that integration in the pre-launch account. Okay. So, we've been managing that issue to fix it and to also continue the operation while it's being worked on, which means, we have to do some manual subscribing and unsubscribing in order for that to work, because we're having issues with it working in an automated fashion the way that it was integrated. Okay. So yeah, these are kind of some of the, bumps in the road of being an early company at the beginning stages and, being in a pre-launch state. So yes, as we move over to the launch platform, it's more sophisticated and it's easier to maneuver and make changes to. And, because that's what happens with code. You get in there, you start making changes based on how it's structured. Your change for one fix might alter something else. And that's what we've experienced in the pre-launch platform. But we're moving out of that. We've upgraded to a more sophisticated software. It warrants it. Okay. And we've already made strides forward in that direction. So just continue looking out for more improvements, and we'll keep getting better as we go. Okay. Is there spillover? Yes, indeed, there's spillover. We have a 5x5 spillover matrix. Okay. It's a company-wide forced spillover matrix. The corporation itself is the top position, and there are 5 positions underneath that. There are 5 positions underneath all 5 of those. There are 5 positions underneath all 25 of those. Okay. I went over that particular explanation of the 5x5 matrix in our recorded webinars. You'll be able to find that. And Nelson or Candy, one of the leaders who might remember faster than me, if you could type in the chat the date that I went over that. It was one of our Thursday Zooms. I think it might have been the 9th, okay, or the 16th, okay. All right, Raymond said the 19th, okay. Raymond said the 19th. Maybe it was the 16th because it was on a Thursday Zoom, okay. Matter of fact, here, look, we can just take a scroll through and we'll see. Yeah, I don't think it was the 16th. Oh, okay, yeah, it was the 16th. Thank you, Candy. It was the 16th. Okay, great. So yeah, you can see a more detailed explanation of that on the 16th. As a matter of fact, I'll edit that video too here. I know I've been having a lot on my plate here, but I'll edit that video and just extract the explanation of the 5x5 and make it its own separate video for a quick and fast, understanding and explanation of the 5x5 matrix. So stay tuned for that. All right, we'll put that on a to-do list. All right. All right, thank you, Raymond. I see you're answering some questions in the chat box as well. I have a couple people with their hands up, so I want to go ahead, take a break from the chat box and open up the line for a few of you. Thank you so much for your patience. And let me go ahead and start with you, Bruce Martin, okay? Bruce, you're unmuted. How you doing there?
I'm doing fine, sir. How are you doing today?
Oh, just absolutely fantastic. Thank you.
You bet. Hey, now my question is, Shane, in the distribution of the sign-ups, through the company campaign, just say, for instance, we have 20,000 members in, and this month we get 15,000 sign-ups. All right. What will key it to say where them sign-ups go? We go for the least amount or the...
That's a great question. Okay, here's how the program is programmed. Now, every time you subscribe to a campaign, the campaign has an ID number. So just like when you join the company, Well, right now in the pre-launch platform, you won't see this, but in the launch platform, you'll see this. Every one of you will have a membership ID number, okay? And that's pretty much in a sequence, right? Who comes in the order of when they come in, all right? The same logic is coded and applied to the campaigns. So every time someone subscribes to a new campaign, they're issued the next campaign ID. Okay. So all of those campaign IDs are a line. Okay. It's almost like you're standing in line to collect your share. All right. So in your example, Bruce, of 20,000 subscribers and 15,000 new signups, then that means the first 15,000 get that sign up. And the next month during distribution, we pick up on the 15,001 person and continue distributing the results from there. All right. And then when you subscribe to multiple campaigns due to the income accelerator, your next campaign that you're subscribed to is securing you another place in that line. So, by the time you have 3, 4, 5, 10 campaigns, you have 10 separate spots in line that you're going to collect an equal share of the results through. Does that make sense, Bruce?
That makes all the sense in the world, buddy.
And
And
this
it
is,
seems fair.
yeah, it is. I mean, this is the way, it's even though it may seem kind of complicated when you think about it, it is so simple. It is super
Yes.
simple. And I
Yes.
think it's so simple that it seems to be complicated, even though it's simple. But it's just like being in line. By doing this, this is the best and effective way to do a co-op type of system where you now have broken down what it would take other people larger amounts of money and expertise to accomplish, and break it down into a bite size so that way everybody can win and everybody can get a result, just by staying active, right? And still accomplishing some really huge industry goals and making history, right? Because
Yes.
again, if our model can crush the industry's standard, then we're already winning, and even just with that logic, being in line and getting your equal share, I'm pretty sure that we'll automatically beat that industry standard. Yeah, that's why I'm excited.
All right. Thank you, sir.
And you know what? As we move forward, guys, again, we're just getting started here. A lot of this, what you've seen so far, I did everything on my own. But at this point, now that we've pushed up our launch date to June 1st, I've assembled a larger marketing and advertising team that work, in tandem with the technology. Okay, because as I've said before, it's not all about artificial intelligence and automation. That's a huge part of it. Okay, it is. It's very important. But to me, in my opinion, what is equally important is the human intelligence. Okay, the ability to rationalize and to program and to determine the components of the AI and the automation in order to maximize your effectiveness, right? Okay, so we have that team assembled and they're already getting started. I'm just waiting to start releasing the information. I want to get you guys excited closer to our launch date. Okay, so we'll let the anticipation bubble up a little bit more as we get closer. And but yeah, part of that is going to be even more infographics to help explain and show a lot of these concepts, including the campaign ID numbers and being a line and growing and having multiple positions in that line and it being a revolver. I mean, we've all seen it before. Everybody, even trying to create team revolvers and so on and so forth. I mean, this is stuff that people know needs to happen and they're trying. And we have a solution to actually execute it and deliver results. So that's what we're doing here. Was that it, Bruce, or
That's
are
it,
we
man.
good?
That's good. That's
I
good.
appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, Bruce. Everything that you're doing. Okay. All right, so I don't want to keep. I think it's Alana, and forgive me if I mispronounce your name. I don't want to keep you waiting. I see
I
that you've
don't
been
know
here
how
and
to pronounce my
and,
name.
and you had a and you had a question. So I've unmuted you, and
No,
go ahead. Did you have a question?
it's a webinar training.
Hello,
You
Alana.
just edit.
Alana, can you hear me? We've unmuted you in case you still had a question.
That's fucking bullshit.
All right. Well, it doesn't sound like Alana still has a question, so we'll move on. And I see that Raymond has a question. Raymond McDowell, how you doing there today, sir?
Just wanted to try and highlight a couple things. And by the way, thank you for the training. It's always valuable.
You're very welcome, and thank you for everything you're doing.
So, but right now, everybody who comes in for next 5 people, which being in all the time in the table. So you want to try and get as many people.
Raymond, we appreciate you as always. Okay, but it sounds like you may be having some reception challenges there. So yes, thank you guys. Thank you, Raymond, for being in that chat box. You're really putting in great work there in the chat box. Okay, but unfortunately, we can't really hear you, you know, on your phone here because of cell service. All right. Maybe check your bars and raise your hand again if you feel like you're in a better position, because we always love to hear from you. He said, that's all good. I'll stay in the chat. Well, thank you, Raymond. Again, we appreciate you. Okay. I don't know who admin is. You named yourself admin, but thank you too for that positive feedback. Thank you, Forbes. Always appreciate you. Okay. Let's see here. I think we have a couple more questions before we adjourn here. Let me just scroll through the chat and make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. Okay. And if I forgot your question, I do apologize. Okay. There's always next time. Or please post your question in our various groups and chats on Facebook, okay, for another response or answer. And you can always email us at the support email, which is support@lmg50.com, support@lmg50.com. And we'll work to get your questions answered that way too. And we appreciate you being here, okay? All right, so what are we advertising? Okay, we are advertising a few things, okay? Starting with our opportunity, okay? And we will also advertise products and services that we approve and list within our model, okay? Now, as we get started, we're just starting with our own back office, and our first provider that we're starting with is Care Ultima. Okay, we also have Revo Aid, but Revo Aid is experiencing major delays in its company and development due to the coronavirus outbreak. But Care Ultima is not, okay, and thankfully has not been affected as much by the outbreak. So Care Ultima will be the first product slash service that we get started with, okay? And although we will be launching and releasing our own e-commerce platform to list all of our approved products and services on to be sold, okay? Some of our products and services are standalone and they have their own e-commerce capabilities, such as Care Ultima. So, you know, we can just market directly to Care Ultima platform. We have our own version of it and versions of it where we can send prospects and leads directly to that platform, and it tracks the sales and will track the commissions accordingly. Okay. But for other, you know, smaller miscellaneous type of products and services, we'll be listing them on our Shopathon platform when we actually launch that. Okay, and Shopify is a traditional e-commerce platform. It has nothing to do with network marketing. All right, and part of our advertising budget will advertise Shopify as a shopping platform with a shopper rewards program. Okay, and as we get traditional customers onto that platform, those traditional customers are one of the leads that are distributed equally to the subscribers in our model, because when they become a customer, we have the right to market to them. Okay, and part of our drip campaign will be to see if any of them are interested in making passive residual income with a revolutionary system. So we'll end up with a conversion rate. Okay? So that's how it's going to work moving forward. And so yeah, that's what we're advertising. So again, it all starts with our own opportunity, which will where we'll advertise our income opportunity, at least our own program, and our training system that's helping people understand themselves and connect to their why, right? And then also we'll advertise the products and services and our e-commerce platform. That's what we're advertising. Okay. Just want to make sure I grab another question here. I think there's some good questions in here. Are multiple campaigns ran simultaneously, all included in the $50 monthly subscription? Yes. When you pay for that $50 monthly subscription, you're paying for an equal share in the master campaign. Okay. The way it works is our master campaign is going to have a variety of sub campaigns within it. Okay. So as we start, we'll have campaigns for the opportunity, and we'll have campaigns for Care Ultima. All right, you'll be able to see all of those campaigns, the details of them from the master campaign level, and all of the analytics and the results that came from each campaign in the master campaign. Those results are in the holding tank, and those results are distributed equally to everyone who's an active subscriber in the $50 campaign based on the order of their campaign IDs. Okay, all of the impressions, all of the clicks, all of the signups, and all of the sales, all right, distributed equally. Okay, and the way that it works is we'll take the best performing campaign material assets from the master campaign, and we'll make a replicated version of those available in your very own campaign asset library. And the campaign asset library is really just a share link section on steroids. Imagine your share link section on steroids. Okay, that's what the campaign asset library will be. All right, so even if you're, and there's value in this, guys, and this is why I really want you to see there's value in this. Even if you're just subscribed to one $50 campaign, and we have, let's say, 5 or 10 separate replicated campaigns in the asset library, you're not going to be limited to just being able to use one of those. At one point in time, you would have been, but we decided that it's much better to, even if you're only subscribed to one $50 campaign, whatever's available in the asset library, you have full access to it. Okay, even if you're not subscribed to multiple campaigns. So you'll get your equal share, and you'll have access to whatever campaign materials are available back there that you can use to manually go out there and help build your business. All right. Okay, just want to double check on everybody. I don't see any hands raised, so I'll continue in the chat. Thank you, guys. All right. Well, I'm sorry you haven't eaten anything all day. I hope you go ahead and get yourself nourished, admin, whoever you are. Kimberly, I appreciate you as well. You're such an amazing leader. Okay, we got some positive feedback, and I always love it. Thank you so much. Okay, here's a question. Can we pay for extra campaign spots, or do we need to wait until we get 5 signups, which equals 250? Yes, you can. You can pay for extra campaigns. Okay. We've talked about this, and we haven't made any official announcements just yet. And I don't think I want to go and make an official announcement just yet, but I will say that there will be a quantity button on the campaign purchase. So if a person has more budget and they're willing to pay more than $50 a month, then they can pay for multiple campaign units. And let's say if you want to choose 2, then you can go on auto pay for 2 $50 subscriptions. You can pay $100 a month and you'll have 2 in line instead of 1. Okay. But what I will say is we're going to put a cap on that. Okay. We won't let it be unlimited. So you can purchase multiple campaigns before your commissions automatically purchase multiple campaigns for you, but we will put a cap on it. Okay, so just stay tuned for announcements about what that cap is going to be and how it functions and what our logic behind it is, because there's always logic behind it, and the logic is always for the betterment of the company, for our long-term sustainability, because we're laying roots and a foundation for a legacy company. Okay, and we'll break down in a training moving forward many different components of what's going to enable us to be that next legacy company. Okay, I see Bruce raised his hand. I always love to hear from him. Let me unmute you, Bruce.
Hey, yeah, buddy. Why don't you run through the accelerator? And like that guy asking that last question, he probably hasn't seen the accelerator, and that might make a little more sense to him.
Appreciate that, Bruce. I sure will. Okay. All right. So take a look at this income accelerator. Okay. Now, this is a very key part of our business, because remember, we said that we want to become the world's largest advertiser, and we want our members to generate life-changing passive monthly income. So this automated income accelerator is going to help us accomplish both of those: massive income for our members and a massive advertising and marketing budget. So this automated income accelerator, the way that it works is for every $250 in income per month, you will automatically subscribe to 1 more campaign. So when you sign up for the campaign subscription, you're signing up for minimally a $50 monthly campaign subscription, and you will be on auto pay to automatically pay that every month until your referral network and business is generating at least $250 in commissions. Now, once it's generating $250 in commissions, then you're automatically subscribed to your first campaign, because our system will pull $50 of that $250 and apply it towards your campaign. And it'll continue doing that for every $250 increase in commission per month. So by the time you hit 500, you're subscribed to 2. By the time you hit 750, you're subscribed to 3, so on and so forth. Some larger numbers here for people to achieve higher success is once you reach $12,500 per month in income, you're subscribed to 50 marketing campaigns, all right? Which the cost of those are $2,500, still leaving you with $10,000 per month in income, right? So everybody up the line, benefited from all 50 of your campaigns as far as commissions that were generated, and the whole company in general benefited from all 50 of your subscriptions, because it just helped our advertising budget grow and us to be able to be, proficient in that strategy of marketing and testing, optimizing, So that's what we have here with the automated income accelerator. Okay. Now, and you'll see that too if you watch some of our previous recordings, where on the webinar and also in the presentation library, we go over some of the company projections. Okay. And again, the automated income accelerator is a key part in those projections and the massive success that we'll generate as a company. Thanks again, Bruce. Hey, James, I see you there. James Henderson on the line. How you doing, Deacon? All right. Thank you, Shane. That helped. Thank you, Cahill. Okay. I got to get everybody's names right, and I will. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me. All right. Thank you also, Milton. I just want to make sure that we don't have any other questions before we move to adjourn this meeting. All right. I know we've been on for an hour now. We like to try to keep it at an hour, but sometimes we go over. And that's great. You guys hang in there with me, and we're all excited. I'm so happy because I can see this. I really have a powerful vision of the future. And I see us all living in abundance, achieving higher success, and help a lot of people do the same thing. Okay, we're talking about lifestyle transformations. And it's not just about the glitz and glamour. It's about what we can do to make a difference. Okay, so lots out here want to make a difference. All right, and whatever area it is that you want to make a difference in, you know, whether it's donating to your local nonprofit, or helping your church, or helping your family or your community, giving back, you know, whatever it is that you want to do, the more financial means that we're able to generate for ourselves, the better that we can do to give back as well. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, and that will be a key part of who we are as a company in the community. And we'll talk more about that as we move forward too. There's a lot of strategy that I have and that I've participated in with other companies when it came down to nonprofits, specifically here in America. If you start learning the tax code, you'll realize that at the end of the day, it's going to benefit us all to give back anyway. Okay, and we'll get to that when the time is right. We already have enough to talk about and understand as it is right now. Okay, but just know that our hearts and our minds are in that area as well. You may see yachts and Lamborghinis and private jets and all those type of things, but just know in our next release of marketing material will be more diversified. We're going to keep the boats and the planes and the and the Lambos. They're not going anywhere, but we're going to add some other stuff too to let the world know where our hearts truly are. Okay, all right. So I think that does it for this week, you all. I appreciate you guys jumping on each week with us, and you know, everything that you all are doing. Again, you guys are the gas, you guys are the fuel for this engine. Okay, without you, this would be nothing. All right, so I appreciate you all dearly, and I'm looking forward to all of us changing our life. Let's just keep the momentum going. Let's keep the sharing going. Okay, get those share links out. And if you're on the line right now or watching this as a recording and you have not created your free account, please get back to the person who invited you. Get their link, create your free account, get access to all of our information back here so you can continue learning more. And also stay plugged in with us for our events. Okay, we have our 3 weekly events leading up to our June 1st soft launch. They're going to be the same link for Tuesdays every week until our launch. The same link on Wednesdays all the way until our launch, and the same link on Thursdays all the way until our launch. And once we launch, we'll have brand new links for the next set of webinar series that we'll get started with in tandem with our launch. Okay, so and again, if you're on the line here with us right now and you've already created your account and you're a free member, again, we want to encourage you to click that upgrade button, lock in your spot. That's going to give you the ability to build your team early before we launch. It's lock in your spot in the 5x5 matrix. So you want to get in front of as much growth as possible for that 5x5 matrix, and really just enjoy the ride. Okay, guys. Also, I just want to let you guys know that you know, we have a very exciting training lined up for next Thursday. Okay, by one of our top leaders and senior founders, Miss Candy Schultz. Okay, and you know, her and Bruce and myself, you know, I'm just very fortunate to have been able to spend some quality time with them and getting to know them a little more, and all the leaders that they're bringing to the table here. And Candy has done some phenomenal things with her team. Okay, and I'm just uberly excited for her to share that, not just with her team. Okay, she has a servant leader's mentality. Okay, and instead of keeping all that secret sauce for herself and for the team, she has made it very clear that she's willing and ready to open up to the entire company and share through this training the concepts, the proven concepts that she's been able to lead her team through. Okay, as far as how to win online in business. And we know it. We know that there's a lot of challenges out there when you're out there trying to do this social networking thing and trying to build rapport and relationships with brand new people to the point where you get some results. You get them to actually sign up and upgrade, okay? She's gonna break down the nuances of what it takes to actually see success, all right? And she has some examples to show you that if you truly wanna win and you're coachable and you're willing to learn and follow the steps, that you can generate those results too. So we're excited for that. We thank you, Candy, in advance for that. I want everybody to stay tuned, and we're going to do a big push as far as promoting within our group and even outside of our group for folks to jump onto that training that we're going to get started with next Thursday. Okay. All right. So with that being said, I just want to give an opportunity for any of our founders or any of our senior founders who are on the line with us tonight. If you just raise your hand, if you want to have any closing remarks. You know, a lot of you here, you have your team on the line, and just know that this platform will always be for you as well and your team. So any of our founders, any of our senior founders on the line right now want to have any closing remarks, just raise your hand and I'll go ahead and unmute you, and we'll just be happy to hear from you, and we appreciate your leadership. I see I have a taker here, Bruce. Thank you so much, Bruce. Always good to hear from you.
Yes, Shane. Yes. I just wanted to back up what you just said. My recommendation to everybody on here, now maybe if you're a big leader and stuff like that, you might not need it, but especially the newbies, the people that struggle to recruit people, be on next Thursday night's call. Because Candy, I get to watch her. I get to watch her every day. Every day I get to watch her and how she builds a team. And she does a real good job. So she's going to share some valuable information. And this information she's going to share with you, there's people selling it on the internet, you know, for monthly charges and stuff. And she's willing to come up and give it to you free just to help build LMG. So if you need help sharing, be here next Thursday. Tell people that you know they'll be here next Thursday. And I think you'll get a big benefit out of it. And I'm done.
You know what? Thank you, Bruce. And as you said that, you just brought another point to mind for me that I want to share. And, you know, it's even to the large and more proficient leaders, you know, I still want to encourage you guys to promote the training and leverage this training to get your people on it. Because one thing that I learned along the way is that people don't duplicate, systems do. And, you know, you could be the best leader possible, but that doesn't mean that everybody can do what you do, right? So we want to encourage everybody to follow systems that work, systems that can enable the everyday average person to plan, calculate, and execute results to see a difference, okay? And another point that I like to end with on this notion is that, you know, we have some very large goals as far as how many members we want in the company, what size advertising budget we want to create, and let's just be real. In order to do that, we have to effectively connect to the average everyday person, okay? And it's these type of trainings, it's these type of resources and tools that you want to have in your tool belt that's going to enable the masses, okay, the average everyday people to connect to something, to practice something, and to see the results, okay? So, so again, we thank Candy in advance. We're looking forward to that. We want to train as many people as possible to start engaging in these daily activities and generating results. And guess what? If we have a great growing team that's doing that in tandem with our advertising and marketing budget, oh my gosh. These numbers that we're seeing in projections, they won't just be projections. We'll turn that into reality. So that's what we're here to do. We will all do it together. And I have to say personally, it's an honor and privilege to have each and every one of you here in LMG as we help change the world together. So with that being said, I didn't see any other hands being raised. I just want to thank everybody again for spending time with us here tonight. And we'll see you in the chat groups on Facebook and on our next event, which is coming up on Tuesday for our presentation. All right, so that's going to be a very special presentation as well. We're going to do things a little differently on that Tuesday presentation coming up. We're optimizing, getting feedback from the leaders, and that's what we do in marketing and everything else. You try things, you adjust things, you make them better, and we're looking forward to this next Tuesday presentation, as it's going to be the best one yet. So we look forward to seeing you guys there as well. Now, with that being said, this is Shane Hyman for LMG, and we're going to go ahead and sign off for tonight by saying God bless you all. Good night, and we'll see you at the top. Bye for now.